Ramble.
Thank you to Beanbox, Zen Business, Honey, and BetterHelp for sponsoring today's episode. Good morning and welcome to the TryPod. It's another beautiful day here in sunny podcast land. Guys, I'm feeling good.
Same.
How are you?
I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know. It's Christmas. Like, it's the holiday season, baby.
That's true.
It might
yeah.
technically currently be Hanukkah.
Well said, Keith.
But-
Well, it's Christmas time.
Like-
Come on in, Rainie. Woo!
I got my tree sitting in a bucket of water outside, but it's ready. It's ready. I haven't set it up yet.
When's it coming
Haven't
in?
set it up yet.
Let it in.
In a water.
Bucket of water.
Probably pawing on the window.
Yeah.
Trying to come in. Let me in, Daddy.
Started. I had a pretty fun day yesterday. Our nanny called in sick, which is always a
fun.
little plot twist.
Boing.
Hey, this Tuesday just turned into a Saturday,
And
baby.
let us clarify, tummy sick, tummy troubles,
Yes,
not
sure,
the big
sure.
sick.
Food poisoning.
Not the big
Two
sick.
meals
Not
a
the
day.
big, not the
Yeah. Not the
tummy
Ray
troubles.
Romano vehicle.
So Ariel was baby hungover, which means she stayed up for like 2 hours in the middle of the night.
Baby hungover.
Baby hungover.
I've never heard
hanging out with Finn. I just made it up. Yeah. So I said to myself, what am I going to do with these boys? It's a rainy day. The museums are not open till 10. What's the equivalent of a museum? Target.
The Museum of Target.
Yeah.
It is kind of a museum.
I just took the boys to Target and walked around.
That's fun.
It's the museum of the present.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Museum of Capitalism. You
Yeah.
know, look at all the things you could buy.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
My toddler was just like, it was like he was on baby crack.
Yeah.
Just looking at the toy aisle. Just like, look at this! And look at this!
The baby crack epidemic is actually.
Yeah, please don't joke about it. It's the, baby crack
crack.
epidemic. It's
Sorry.
real.
It is sort of the biggest problem.
Yeah, I'm really being non-PC with my story here
toy
for
store is
COVID reference.
I saw a story of
Yeah.
Wes like freaking out at a Lego set. It was a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I as an adult man also go down the toy aisle
yeah.
and very
Oh, it's
similarly
exciting.
go, look at this. But that Legos are expensive. We talked about this.
Yes.
Did you get suckered into buying any of these?
Well, so my plan was to go and buy one, and then we
Okay.
were going to go do it, right? But I had to put on some guardrails. Got to say, like, this is too big of a present. That could maybe be a Christmas present.
Oh,
this
so
is not
smart.
a Tuesday morning present, boy. We're looking for, something a little simple.
Daddy Fulmer thought this
That's
through.
right. And then
chess.
the other guardrail is like, no, we're only going to get one. Okay, so you got to pick out your favorite.
Yeah.
And
Biggest
so
Nerf gun.
biggest Nerf gun. Yeah, he's definitely into the guns. So
That's Keith's
That's on me.
influence.
That's on me.
influence.
Yeah, whenever Wes comes over, he'll walk up to me and shyly go, Keith, do you
But he whispers more.
have Nerf guns?
You have the Nerf guns?
And I'm like, yeah. let
Can
me
I
get guns.
play with
and then
the Nerf
he,
guns?
He sprints to my garage because he knows where they are. And then I come out and he's like, we shoot? I'm like, you can shoot this way so that so you don't lose as many as possible.
My favorite
'Cause we'll lose
Wesism is that he's very shy when like you first. I mean, like every time I see him, it's
Yeah.
like a bunch of adults have entered the room. So he's shy for like
Right.
2 minutes, and then he'll sneak up to you and go, "Do you want to see my dinosaurs?" And he always whispers it. I love that.
Yeah, as soon as he gets someone's attention, he's like, that's his mark. All of a sudden, you're hooked in.
Okay, so you're in the store. You say the smallest
Oh
item.
yeah, I mean, he sees a giant monster truck that's like $400. I'm like, no.
Jesus, yeah.
There's like a
Fucking
ride-on lawnmower, some like
Oh, sick.
John Deere motherfucker.
Hell
like,
yeah.
all sorts of crazy stuff. They make these like Lego, like you can build a stormtrooper helmet and just have it on your desk.
Oh
That's
my
a
God.
great toy for an adult right
Yeah.
there. But we settle on a daredevil motorcycle that arrives on a trailer that can convert into a ramp.
Whoa.
And then it can launch.
Now wait, what size are we talking? Is this one that he can ride on, or is this a little?
It was
It's a
it was about this big. It was 8 and up. So sort of also a present for daddy.
You're the up.
Something 600, 700, 800 pieces.
Whoa.
We were about a quarter of the way through. Just built the motorcycle and built the ramp this morning. And it's pretty fun.
Well, thank you to Target for
fun.
sponsoring this thing.
I wish.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know that would be a
rules.
great sponsor. They fired me.
You're no longer
They let
a
you.
model.
They let you free.
They let me
They let
free.
you
They let
free.
yes. They,
This podcast has become Ned's working through some stuff. Talk to us about it.
yeah.
It's,
pretty
well,
good job.
Speaking of working through, guys, Christmas came a little early for me.
Oh.
You know, a story that we've been following very closely here on this podcast is, and I don't mean to bring up a sting if this goes there, but Miss Olivia Rodrigo has decided not to follow me, but instead to unfollow everyone. Which means that she now follows the exact same amount of the Try Guys, and that number is 0.
Yeah.
Now, it's
Weird.
not really the happy ending I was looking for, but I feel like it's the artistic ending that we deserve.
When you can't win, it's nice to see others lose.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's sort of a
Followed you.
moral.
put another way, Miles.
Wow.
Olivia Rodrigo unfollowed me.
Yeah, why?
As well as everyone else. Well, my theory is because she had an Instagram account as a normal teenage girl for years and years
For
and years.
sure. Yeah.
The label was probably like, "Hey, one of these people is going to get canceled. We don't want you." Like the I'm serious. I think that's actually what it was. It's too risky to be a major public figure and like have endorsements of follows. But now, Ned, you get to say Olivia Rodrigo unfollowed you.
Yeah,
which
that's
honestly
pretty intense.
made it cooler.
Yeah.
I wasn't jealous, and now I'm really jealous.
Yeah.
I thought I won. I think I lost even more.
I mean,
She
hopefully
didn't
she
click
has
the
a
button.
Finsta and she
had someone
refollows
else
Ned.
do it.
Yeah, she definitely had someone
Refollows
else.
with her Finsta? Yeah, right. No way. No way. Wait, let me check.
You get a DM. It's like, "Hey, just wanted to let you
Hey,
know
this is my
I'm now
It's
Finsta.
me,
too.
Bolivia.
Olivia Rodrigo."
Bolivia Rodrigo.
Bolivia.
I mean, that could be. That's really good.
She should do a show in Bolivia, and the merch would be lit.
But are my DMs still open with her?
They're still active,
Is that right? Is that how that works?
but I bet her management company runs it now. I
deleted
think
the
that
chain.
you lost your direct line.
Yeah. Dang. There goes my backstage pass.
She was in the Lil Nas X Bing Bong TikTok.
Sick. You gotta explain the
caught
Bing
up.
You gotta
Bong.
explain Bing Bong.
You know about Bing
I
Bong?
caught up.
Wait, Keith,
I know Bing
explain
Bong.
it in your own words.
What would you like to say to Joe Biden right now?
Yeah, Joe Byron.
Joe Byron. Yeah, it's just this compilation of this insane Billy on the Street-esque interview that has now been remixed to death.
Okay.
But basically, it's this guy. There's people screaming. What would you like to say to Joe Byron right now? And he said, and the guy says, "What's up, baby? Why don't you take me out to dinner?" And it is absurdism.
So it's a sound.
It's a sound,
But
on
it's
TikTok.
also video.
It's a video.
It's a video. But yes,
It's a movement.
It's
yeah.
a lot. It's
Can
very
we
funny.
react to it
and
live on air?
multiple
Yeah.
people say Bing Bong wherever this is because two separate people say Bing Bong on the street, unrelated to one another. One man in a car, one man on the street, and they go Bing Bong, and they just sort of scream it out as if that's a phrase somewhere, I assume, on the East Coast of America.
Wow.
And for the
where is
record,
it
Miles,
now?
last week I asked you if this is the one that Lil Nas X did with his famous friends. You said no. Now you just brought it up. Yes, which means I'm
Okay.
more on the pulse than you, motherfucker. Means I was right. You looked me in the eyes and called me an idiot. Welcome to Out of Touch Men. Try and figure out the latest TikTok craze. What is a Bing Bong?
Fuck your life, Bing Bong. If you see these dogs in your front yard, just know upstairs I'm going hard. Bing Bong. What do you want to tell Joe Biden right now?
What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, Ariana Grande, what's up, mama? I'll come to Coney Island, take a spin on the cyclone. I miss you. Fuck you.
Wow.
That's
your life.
It's
That's
so
it.
catchy. That's
That's
it.
it.
And
I'm
then
thrilled.
people have been taking it, remixing it.
Right.
Absurdist comedy's back, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
it never went away. I think
definitely
absurdist
giving me
is the
too many
dominant-
chefs vibes. But like
Too
it's
many
real people.
chefs, Ned. Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Sorry, it's been a while. That was several years ago.
It brings me one too many
Too
line,
many chefs
line
spoil
chefs.
the ruse,
All
they
right.
say. I do like
Whatever.
it. I like specifically the intonation of the guy who says, "Take me out to dinner," on the word dinner, because it sounds like, for a moment, a little bit sweet.
Yeah.
Take me out to dinner.
Take me at the dinner.
It just becomes a sweet, it's just like a sweet, isolated 1 second of audio that I really love.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. That's Bing Bong TikTok. You
That's
guys didn't
Bing Bong.
know? I know you
And
know.
now people just use that audio and do stuff with it.
Yeah, a lot of people. It has like 10 million
All right.
views.
Well, we
or
got to
something.
make our own Bing Bong TikTok now.
You got to hump on it. Lil Nas
Yeah.
X did one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have we talked about the ever increasing pace of viral videos and how that word has all but lost meaning in the modern age?
I was thinking
Not
about
recently.
we should.
It totally fascinates me because like we've done the evolution of viral video. We've done those
Yeah.
videos before. There used to be a shared currency in what a viral video was because only a few videos had the capacity to get a million or 10 million or 20 million views. And now that has what, 3 point something million likes. It's been remixed. So that has probably gotten more impressions than, for instance, Leroy Jenkins did in its heyday, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
but that's just every single day. Every single
Blink
day,
of an
there's another
eye.
viral video. And by the way, there can be a quote unquote viral video that's getting millions of views that people totally miss if you're just off the internet for 1 week. So, like looking back, this generation, I don't think will either have a shared vocabulary of what viral moments were, or there's going to be such a barrage of them that you won't even be able to process it. I don't know. What do you think, Rainie? Do you guys what do you got?
Rainie on the mic.
I saw her eye
Thoughts
go.
for a
I just
rainy
think that's
day.
really interesting. I don't really have. I agree. I think that I was supporting you. I was like, yes, Zach, great point here.
Gifting is tough. Some people in your life, you're just like, you're so tricky. What do you have that you haven't already bought for yourself? But you know what? Maybe they're a coffee drinker, okay? I bet that they would love to open a little coffee sampler from Beanbox. Beanbox connects coffee lovers to some of the world's best specialty coffees with expertly curated tasting flights, perfect for gifting. My mom is a coffee fanatic, and for years she has been the most impossible person to buy a gift for. I'm gonna get her the gift of coffee, but I bet she's gonna love it. No one tell my mom. Mom, if you're listening, stop listening. It's a surprise. For the coffee lover on your list, there's no better way to say happy holidays than with Beanbox. They've got endless variety. Give the coffee fanatic in your life an unforgettable coffee tasting experience with Beanbox. Order today at beanbox.com/tryguys15 and you're going to get 15% off purchases of $40 or more. That's 15% off purchases of $40 or more with promo code tryguys15 at beanbox.com/tryguys15.
I love that contribution.
All right. I feel better.
Why does Rainie not have a permanent god mic? You know what we
Rainie
need?
should be wearing a headset. Like a gamer headset.
Number one guest of the TryPod, I would say,
Either
is
a
Rainie.
headset or like a handheld mic so that she can kind of pace.
Oh, I look doing stand up.
You know what I've noticed? The interesting thing is about on some TikTokers how many people have handheld mics for their TikToks.
Yeah.
Especially like singing ones. But that, like it's just a cable going somewhere. I'm like, where are they?
Into their phone, I think.
I don't know if do they have XLR into USB-C
Well, they got
lightning?
3.5.
Oh, they got anything, baby.
3.5
Oh, I thought you were talking
dongle.
about those tiny mics. That's also an
weird dongle.
aesthetic.
Yeah, people just hold a
The
lot
tiny
of
mic is also very funny, but I've been seeing like people with just what looks like classic Shure microphones, and there's a cable, an XLR cable coming out of it, going somewhere.
Cable converters are like porn. If you imagine it, it probably exists.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
cable.
I found
Fuck yeah, I agree, Ned.
I always
What
have a
a
bunch
line.
of goofy junk in my backpack, and I found in my backpack something I didn't know I had, and it was a mini USB to USB-C adapter.
Oh, that's really
I was like,
Which one's
Mini
Mini
USB?
USB-C is like the one that used to plug into like Samsung phones. The little like it's kind of like a squashed Pizza Hut logo.
Yeah, it's weird.
But not a micro USB.
Oh, I know exactly.
Not a
what you're
micro.
talking about.
And it's
And
got
it goes
teeth.
from that, and it's like maybe a half an inch long, and it just goes from that to USB-C. I was like, where'd this come from?
What is that
How'd I
for?
get this?
I got a little bonus advice that'll go for Kornfeld over
Whoa.
here.
Here we go.
All right, if you're like me, you've moved apartments, you've moved to houses several times, once a year for the last 8 years.
Once a
and
year?
you move, right? And every time you move, you got this box, this mystery little crate. Maybe you got it at the Container Store, and it's a little thing of miscellaneous wires and cables.
Oh, yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
the Pizza Hut to the USB-C.
I got a bucket of them.
You got a bucket of them.
Yeah.
And every time you move, you bring that little
whole
thing,
bucket.
The whole bucket.
Yeah,
the
so many
bucket
wires.
then goes back into a corner. You forget about it until you move again. Just dump them.
Bullshit.
Dump 'em all.
Zach's wrong.
Dump them all.
I'm with Miles
Keep
here.
your cables forever.
Get rid of the fucking cables.
In case you need to make a gamer cave, man.
I think once a year, you got to go through it. You got to assess: is this technology in use anymore?
Yeah.
Am I
Plug it into
keeping?
everything in your house.
That's true.
I mean, there's definitely like, because sometimes I go to that bucket and I try and find something I'm looking for, and I realize it's all like micro USB cables that don't plug into anything I currently own. Useless.
Until you get a gaming PC.
Sure.
Then suddenly you need all
Until
the
Wes
cables for the
gets a
last
gaming
30 years.
PC. It plays Fortnite.
Okay. Counterpoint, Miles. Do you think I really need like
No, you
a charger converter that
Probably
will
not.
plug into like Estonian?
I guess I like
wall
knowing.
sockets?
I like knowing when Sarah's like, I need this cable, and I'm like, I've got fucking.
But if you book a trip to
how I am.
Estonia,
That's because you're a married man now, Miles.
that's right.
Yeah.
Married life is just me finding the right cable.
half the time you're gonna rebuy it anyway.
That's correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is
And all
horrible,
the time,
you know?
Amazon.
You're just like,
rebuy
oh, I
cable.
need this.
I had a similar situation where like we bought
Bing
a
Bong.
record player and I needed the 1/8 inch. This is so interesting. An 1/8 inch audio thing to the white and red or the white and yellow audio ones.
Yeah.
I knew I had it somewhere. Couldn't for the life of me find it. And I finally gave up and ordered it. And the day that it arrived,
No.
I found the fucking cable. And I was
Fuck
like,
yeah.
I knew it! I knew I had one of these stupid cables.
So did
Now
you
I have
return
two.
it, or you just kept two?
No, I have two now.
Yeah.
Now because that one's been in use. So next time I need it, I know it's in that nest of cables.
Yeah. And Zach, speaking of viral video, to go back to your thing, that's an interesting point. And I wonder.
Speaking of, fuck the conversation we've had for the last 4 minutes.
Well, it is boring.
I thought it was interesting. And I wanted to
Scintillating
talk about-
cable
So,
cord
do you-
conversation.
Rainy, what do you think about cables?
Cables.
Rainy, quick
Cable
thoughts.
Let
thoughts.
me tell you, I had a dream about cables last night. And I was in a
And I'm sorry, you didn't
cross-country
grab the
race.
mic and
I know,
start
I thought about it,
screaming?
and I was like, I don't know. Because you know when people talk about dreams, it's like, ugh. But dream was crazy because I was in a race and you had to set up the mic and the camera. And I didn't realize, I thought we were doing it as a team, but we were doing it individually. So I like had to steal the it was a whole thing, but I had a dream about cables.
Did you win?
No, I lost, and I think I ruined it for everybody because I also. But it's okay. But yeah, that's my thought. That's my take on cables.
Are we
Rainy, that was
subjecting you to
amazing.
too much work stress?
A stressful work dream. Whenever Rainey has a really good thought like that, I think Rainey represents the podcast department, and I'm proud.
Oh my god,
Her dream.
absolutely.
Just imagine.
But anyways, like, do you think that you guys make viral videos in this day and age? Are
I
they,
don't.
Are they
No.
quote unquote viral? They're
No,
not.
I know for a fact we don't.
I think the only level of virality now is like, is it being talked about on Good Morning America?
That's viral. Good
If
Morning
you're
America
not
has their finger on the
Chewbacca,
pulse.
mom.
That's what I mean.
That's what I mean. You have to be excuse the term, a nobody
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
makes a something. That's the only way.
like Call Me Maybe or something. You know, like something where it becomes
Yeah.
such a phenomenon that
Friday.
random elementary
Friday.
school.
I think so. Well, like, okay, a Lil Nas X can make a Bing Bong TikTok, and if that gets written up in a BuzzFeed post and passes a certain threshold,
Yeah.
that's a viral video, right?
But he has
know.
like millions
But
of
that
followers.
sort of stuff happens every day, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that the level has to be set higher.
So we've
because-
raised the bar.
Yeah, that's just
The Bing
everyday
Bong
content.
video, the
Is viral.
original,
Yes.
is a viral video.
Yes, agreed.
Because who are those people?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Sure.
But it was so viral. It was like, wow, I have to watch this.
Well, interesting. So you think that a viral video, I would argue, I mean, the MrBeast Squid Games is a viral video,
Is
but I
it?
guess that got talked about on Good Morning America.
But
So
I
there you
would
go.
argue that that's not a viral video.
It is because it's past the threshold of what
Of
we
normalcy.
expect of normalcy for him and for the world.
Yeah, okay, I get that. But it's like if the New York Times writes an article and it goes to everybody that's in the New York Times who subscribes to the New York Times, is that a viral article? Because like MrBeast has
well, it went-
whatever 50 million, 100 million, I don't know.
I think this video is like his most viewed video.
Oh, sure.
Of all time or
Right,
something.
yeah. But I guess once you get past a certain threshold of like you're getting a million
Yeah.
views every second, like is the algorithm just like, yeah, this is now.
We, I mean, to answer your question about us, though, we don't make viral videos anymore because we used to make, we used to make viral videos. Now I think we make videos that serve an audience, right?
The audience, yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know that we want to. I like when Well, like
Zach is hot. Goss.
no. Well, like there was like when the whole MrBeast Squid Games video came out, there was this tweet that was trending and all this discourse of people talking about like, is this the future of entertainment? Is this the promise of the creator economy? And I had so many thoughts on it.
I think we should talk about it.
It could be an interesting
That
combo.
shit was so dumb.
Are we going to talk about the future of entertainment and the creator economy?
Well,
right now?
Ned's getting excited.
Yeah.
I hated that whole write up and be like, MrBeast's Squid Game cost this much and it made this many views. So is it actually better than the original Squid Game? Like, no,
absolutely
it
not.
was entirely based off of a television show
it was
that
very
was
derivative.
10 hours of content.
Yeah.
And obviously was the original thing. Just because you make something based on something else and it's successful, it doesn't mean you yourself are a genius.
Right.
It means you're good at identifying something and you have the funds to make something similar.
Yeah. And also like that video, MrBeast thing, totally cool, impressive, great for his audience. I'm sure they loved it. Looked like a fucking YouTube video. Like the sets are amazing, but like the way it's shot, the way it's edited, looks like a YouTube video.
The original tweet, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I know John. It's John Yushai. He's a really smart guy and someone I like very much. I respect him a lot. But he said, at MrBeast Squid Games video, 103 million views in 4 days. It took 7 weeks to make. Netflix's Squid Game series, 111 million views in 30 days. It took 10 years to make. More views, less time, fewer gatekeepers. That's the promise of the creator economy. And so this was trending on Twitter of people taking the opportunity to dunk on it. Also people defending MrBeast and saying, no, actually, it is really impressive. I
can jump in. I don't really think that the point here is about like, oh, is this a good video or a bad video? Like it's obviously like related to Squid Game and like whatever. It's not going to have the same level of popularity if it's just a completely original concept. I think the more interesting point here are just these core economic models that seem to be shifting, that you can have this level of budget on YouTube and not be wasting money or losing money. Right? I just think that's the more interesting point to me, is that you can have a $3.5 million, because Netflix has $3.5 million budgets all the time.
Yeah.
Traditional TV, all the time. Whether it's a lost leader or it's a very profitable show, it's just like that's the scale and the scope of budgets that they're playing with. On YouTube, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. It's much less, but the fact that you can, hear show a $3.5 million budget project, to say nothing of whether it's a good or a bad video or whatever, but just that the core economics views wise,
the fact that it's even possible.
And that's even possible, I think, is the biggest point that's kind of cool.
I think it shouldn't be possible though, because it's fully IP theft. It is wildly a suable offense what he did. What if I took Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo, got 100 of my friends to sing it on her set that I built that looked just like it.
By the way, that is kind of the origins of YouTube, what you're saying.
Right, yeah,
People
I
do
know.
that all the time.
But then it was like, you can't do that now, right? Because it's IP theft. You can't do that. It's a copyright. People will literally take your money on the video.
Yeah, because music especially is a lot more
aggressive.
But
also in the same way, people used to stop showing clips from TV shows, right? Because Viacom was like, fuck you, no.
Yeah.
So like you can't do this.
I love this.
But
you can't.
But Keith, we made a Squid Game video.
I know. I agree. We shouldn't have been able to do it. I know that. We shouldn't have been able to do it.
It may fall under a fair use
I think so.
argument.
For sure.
I think John's a really smart guy. Jimmy, MrBeast, obviously is brilliant, super impressive. And good for him for doing this. A big part of me agrees with Ned, like the fact that someone can even put a budget towards something like this and make the money back. That's really cool. But actually, when I saw this video and when I saw John's tweet, to me, this was in some ways the promise of the creator economy, but in a way that deeply depressed me.
Yeah.
Because I think what he meant is, look at the promise of the creator economy. You can put any budget you want and you can do anything you want, and we don't need gatekeepers and we can make it. And actually, no, what this shows me and proves to me is that YouTube, at the end of the day, right now, and frankly, I think maybe forever, is algorithmically driven art. And the only way that you can take huge financial and creative swings is actually not to take a huge creative swing, is to do something that is totally steeped in a proven IP or what is trending. And that, frankly, bummed me out. Like, right, this is not a huge creator saying, I have this passion project. I'm going to put $2 million behind this original idea. I'm going to put $2 million behind the biggest show in the world.
Yeah.
And we're just going to echo. YouTube, I think, with this, like this moment is really big. This is a defining video for the platform. It's one of the biggest videos ever, certainly budget and view wise. The impact is gigantic. And it almost to me feels like a stamp on what YouTube is as an art form, as a platform. We're the echo chamber. Yeah. We are the place where you go to have iterations of culture that is happening outside. That's what we are. Welcome to YouTube. And as a creator, I was like, okay, that's my job, I guess. And I think that there are ways creatively that we can try and shake that up. And we have our Patreon. We have ways for people to support us to make things that are riskier. But so much of our decisions have to be based on what works within the context of this platform. What does the platform want? The platform wants echoes.
And I'll say,
platform wants money.
They want cash.
We've all been in that business honeymoon phase where you're like, oh, I got this idea. I'm going to make millions of dollars. I'm going to change the world. But then you get to all that business stuff, and that's the stuff that can keep people from pursuing their dreams. But you don't need to be a business expert to start your own business. Zen Business empowers you to turn your awesome idea into a money-making company by helping you create, run, and grow your own business all from one platform. On Zen Business, they're putting everything you need on one convenient place. Okay, what's an EIN? Oh, you're gonna need one of those. On zenbusiness.com, you can just take care of it right there with your banking, with your taxes. This is all stuff that we had to do when we started our business, and let me tell you, it was not fun. It would have been a whole lot easier if we had Zen Business on our side. Zen Business has helped hundreds of thousands of people to get their business off the ground by guiding them every step of the way and making it easier to launch a successful business. Get started today for as low as $49 at zenbusiness.com/tryguys. That's zenbusiness.com/tryguys.
Cash.
And
that was my takeaway.
The best cash grab is an echo.
That was the tweet I didn't
You
make.
should have tweeted it. And I'll say about Jimmy, use the first name because we're boys. We're not.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. But I think it's also important to know that he didn't tweet that. That I don't think he would say that.
Yes.
I think he would probably be like, no, we love Squid Game. Squid Game's the best. And we wanted to, I think, yeah, but also he is somebody who at one point, at the very beginning, especially, the reason he's so viral and big is because he was bringing fresh, creative ideas to the platform.
Here's what the algorithm wants.
Right.
Here are the formats that are going to be optimized for this. But I don't know that his decisions. Look, I don't know. We've talked to him a couple times, but I don't know how many of his creative decisions are based on here's what I want to do creatively. I think he very famously says, I want to be the biggest YouTuber on the platform. That is his goal. That is his stated goal. And so I think his decisions are based in how do I game the system? How do I find the formats that are going to make me the biggest, as opposed to here's artistically what speaks to my soul. And by the way, it works. People love his content. So we're not just saying, oh, he's cracked into the matrix and he's figured out a hack. No, it only works if you make stuff that people love. But as a creator, I don't know that that's what motivates him. Not to say he doesn't find intense satisfaction from it.
I think it's important to take a step back because it's possible that there is a middle ground where, first of all, I know him the best. We text, we're buddies. I think he's a genius.
He is a brilliant man.
He's very brilliant.
Totally.
I think Keith's point minimizes his accomplishments, and your point possibly says because it's maybe that the way you take something that is going to be popular and then you kind of infuse your own artistic vision to it, your own sense of artistry and creation. It doesn't have to be polar opposites, right? He may not. You're saying, oh well, where's his original narrative, scripted show or something.
I'm selling him short to say that he's only doing it for that goal and not having an artistic vision. I wanted to have this as a conversation because I know that you would give the counterpoint, and I'm glad that you did.
I think so. It's maybe he doesn't want to make an original scripted show, but even just saying even just trying to think what's the most like popular thing that I can do right now, it's, you know, you're still infusing a sense of originality. Like he buried himself in a coffin with like an excavator, and then there, you know, like people
it's great.
People like were camping over top of him. Like there's a it's not just like, it's not easy to do what he does, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and if it was, everyone would try.
Yeah.
And everyone does try, and they aren't him.
Something that I get stuck on about his content is that a lot of it is live radio show giveaway competitions. Like they're equivalent to what a radio would have done in the 90s. Like, everybody come here and put your hand on a car. The last person to take the hand off the car wins. Like, it's a very classic tropic thing. So even like doing that, giving away money, it also grew out of the thing I hate the most on YouTube, which is I'm going to walk up to homeless people and give them $1,000 and make content around it. Because it's like, while it is nice and good to help people who are poor, if you're doing it specifically to get people to follow you and you're going to make more than $1,000 off that video, it's inky.
I would say it's also inspiring. I watch it. I mean, like, and I understand. I totally get where you're coming from with like, when you exploit anything, whether it's charitable or whatever, like your reasoning for why is always, sure, that's a dark gray area. Mm-hmm. But when I watch those videos, and there's other people who do it on like TikTok and stuff, I am very inspired. I'm like, wow, like this person's doing something interesting, and that might inspire me to sort of be more giving in a way. Is it a dark gray area? Yeah, but I sort of, to me, it's like, so is everything. I don't know. Like, the reason big companies give money to charity is for tax reasons. 100%. But there is good in there. Like, if it's like saving a kid's life, it's like, they get a tax write-off. But
it's like more inspirational and emotional than like a flamethrower prank.
Right, flamethrower prank.
Somebody
in my
falling
mom's
through
butt.
it.
It doesn't give it to as much.
I did have a thought. Okay, I didn't expect that we were only going to talk about MrBeast, but we're here, so let's fucking do it. That his videos are just capitalism porn. Like, we've gotten to a point where we're all like, you know what? Capitalism is the best, and I'm just gonna fucking sit down and jerk off to this dream of getting $45,000 like
Lambo.
that. Yeah, I want a Lambo. It's like we all have just fully bought in to this fucking Hunger Games existence that we live in, and the coolest thing that we can watch or imagine is a buttload of money falling onto us, and like, it is kind of the entertainment of the dystopia. Like, it's just the lottery.
I think that's part of the reason why Squid Games, the Netflix show, took off.
100%.
It's people related to that feeling,
And it's like, that is, like, if you really break that down, if you really look at like what that is tapping into, why he is the biggest YouTuber on the planet right now, there is something deeply dark and deeply sad about that. That we're just like, please, like, we're just all looking for you know, the fucking rapture to save us.
It's that and surviving insurmountable obstacles. Like, that's kind of the two prongs of his content, right? Surviving somewhere for 24 hours, surviving like in a desert or
and the
whatever.
Deus Ex Machina of money.
It's kind of like the YouTube distillation of the most popular TV content, right? Reality show like Survivor, where it's insurmountable challenges and hope for money, or just Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Like, within the next 30 minutes, if you answer all the questions right, you win $1 million. Like, there always has been game show like thirst and this hope, and you know, half the TV is game shows, especially during the day for people who are at home. That's the kind of content people would be like, I wish I could win $10,000 right now. That might change my life.
And I would say also, like what you're saying before, I think Ned, you were saying this, but like, we definitely do the thing of like, sell people a format that is gonna probably go viral, and then infuse like our creative passions into that thing. Candy competition, great example. Sure. Shake and Watch, great example. Like, I think that it's like, here's a format
so
that,
viral.
I guess maybe not that part,
or at least good enough.
Yeah, at least good enough that people are gonna be like, oh, that looks like the other YouTube formats that are familiar to me, and I'll watch it. And then it's got like they're so fucking weird, which is great.
I think that's a great point. And that's what I really like about what we do and this platform is it's not about, making something that you thought of in the shower that's kind of your, like your vision, but is so out of touch with what people are interested in that it doesn't get any engagement. Yeah. It's like kind of about like doing a dance between what your own personal vision is and your own sense of creativity, and an awareness of like what people what people are watching, what people care about, what people want to click on and like get invested into.
I'm going to ask a very point blank question that's like super obvious, I think. But do you think YouTube in its current iteration promotes and fosters the best art?
The best.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I mean, how
But I don't think any platform fosters the best art.
Except for maybe Patreon. Like I think that like the best,
maybe.
like the best because it's
I guess you could argue the film
communities.
industry doesn't,
the,
right?
the way
Yeah.
that I think when you say art, you mean kind of like something so pure that it's untethered to any sense of commercial reality. And to do that, you just have to be like, just, burning money down the toilet.
Guys, we all shop online, and we've all seen that promo code field taunting us at checkout. You go, oh, if only I had a coupon, where is that old thing? But no longer, because thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. You're shopping online, the little drop down comes and goes, boop, boop, I'm gonna save you some money, and you go, sure. Thanks, Honey. Recently bought some CBD drops. Honey saved me $60. Yeah, you could be missing out on deals. Honey is going to help you out. They're going to find the deals. They're going to scour the internet. Honey does the work so you don't have to. It's kind of my favorite thing to do now is I get to checkout cart and I just go, okay, Honey, what you got? And it does not disappoint. Honey has found its over 17 million members over $2 billion in savings. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out on free savings. It's literally free and installs in a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this podcast. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/tryguys. That's joinhoney.com/tryguys.
Right? You have to have someone else's money
Yep.
to execute it, production budget, et cetera, et cetera. Somebody has to do the paperwork. Or time if you're doing it all by yourself, right? You have to have that without a sense of, is this going to make money back? And YouTube, of course, doesn't do that.
There's
It's an
somewhere in
ad-supported.
between. I don't know.
Huh? You don't think so?
No, there's obviously great art that's made. I mean, Titanic was the biggest grossing movie of all time. But there's a difference between.
But do you
And
think
you define that
was,
as art?
Yeah.
But don't you
okay.
think the studio affected the original artist's dream and perhaps made it less good as what it could have been? Which therefore
Not necessarily.
would not
Look,
be
I mean, there's a
perfect
way
art.
to work within a system to create art. I think there's a difference between art and content. And a lot of what we engage with online is content.
What's the...
So my opinion of what that is art is something that makes you reflect on your world and your place within it. Art is how we
Sounds like MrBeast makes art then, I guess.
yeah, maybe I think you could argue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like art is from the beginning of humanity a tool that we use to understand this disorienting thing that is life, right? We create stories not just to entertain ourselves and to pass time, but to pass down ideas and lessons and to process what the fuck we're doing on this planet, and religion's another form of that. Like we're just trying to process what the fuck, where are we? Content is something I think that is a tool ultimately, I'm going to say it, of capitalism that allows you to unplug your brain and pass the time and is inherently reflectionless. It makes you go either or whatever. Like it allows you to, at the end of a hard day, turn off with zero reflection whatsoever. And I think that a lot of what we engage with online is optimized to be content, not art.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, what are some examples of art on YouTube that you can think of? Because Titanic threw me for a loop. I thought you were gonna say like Roma or something.
Well, Roma's like art, and yeah, I mean that's made
what I
with
thought you
different
meant.
intentions. No, I think there's a lot of art. Look, I think that we have made art and we've also made content. I think that any art,
Doug the Pug video.
sure, yeah, like
Pristine art.
Okay, here's one, right?
Yeah.
Like any Try Guys video that we've done that engages with someone's identity, where we are trying to understand somebody or help someone be seen. The biggest, our motherhood series. I think that's art. You could say that it's crass art. You could say that it's low art, but it is art because the aim of it is to understand our place in this universe, right? It has a message, and a goal. I think our game time videos, while very fun, it's content. It's just here to make you laugh and unplug for 10 minutes.
All right.
I don't know that content is inherently evil. I'm not saying it's bad, But when we live in an ecosystem that is dominated by content instead of art, I think that's a negative bad for the world and is ultimately just about sucking you in and extracting ad dollars. And I'm sorry this got so serious.
No,
these are things I've been thinking about for a long time.
What do you think
That
Eat the
line's
Menu is?
Art.
I think it's sadly art.
I think Eat the Menu, but it's again, I think it's masquerading as content.
It's definitely
but it is
secret art.
It's secret art. But I think similar with like a lot of our stuff.
Yeah,
It's
it straddles the
secretly-
line, and you think it's art because that's not a challenge.
No. I would think it was art because it does showcase the entirety of the offerings of things that everyone has access to and what it does to you. And it's the entire. It's like every episode is just a cheap, funny version of Super Size Me.
Yeah.
Its form is content, but its message is art.
Yeah, right. I mean, I could also equally argue that it's just content, but
It could also have a definition of art that's anything that's like thoughtfully crafted by an artisan. Of which you are.
I don't know how thoughtfully I craft it.
But
Once upon a time, you did.
I would also say that like I so often
This
I consume,
podcast, fucking content.
I consume way less art under your definition than content, and I think that I wouldn't want to consume more art because it is sometimes exhausting to consume art.
Yeah,
At
you're
the end of
almost
my
making like a broccoli book definition.
Yeah, like I think
like broccoli books are those books that are like good for you because they're like well written and like make you think about the world and like you have to reread some phrases to really get the like poetry down.
That's fair, and I guess then my definition is probably a little too rigid because like I think The Office is art. Does it make you think deeply?
No,
I'm losing this definition now.
Grey's
The
Anatomy
Office is art.
Makes me.
I mean, The
cry.
Office was amazingly made, but
It
to
makes
say
me
it's
cry.
like
Is
art,
it? Is
But
it
no,
like
because it's about
cool?
like it's about characters and people,
guess.
and it
like is Parks and Rec art? Like,
what are we doing here?
I think that's
here's-
one of those things. Art's such a big spectrum.
am I losing the thread?
I'm losing the thread deeply. I think there's one interesting point to be made that is when like YouTube is a collection of a lot of small businesses that don't have a ton of margin for losing money, right? So the majority of things on YouTube have to be optimized for commerce. Whereas a company like Netflix, say, is like a very large, so they have the bankroll to have, a couple of big peaks and then a lot of losers in terms of content that loses money. No losers there, obviously. So if they can have kind of a scattershot approach, like where did Squid Games, like I don't know if Netflix thought this was going to be the biggest show, right? But they made like 10 different or 100 different similar shows, and this is the kind of the one that rises to the top. So
And
if
they
you
support it with 40 seasons of The Circle, which cost them 25 cents
yeah,
to make.
Yeah, that too, right? Yeah. So I think to your YouTube question, can YouTube make art? There could be a place for that. But it would have to be a creator or a production company or a media company with a very large bankroll, a willingness to take a lot of different swings and to then, make its money off of the ones that hit. Because I think it could be possible to have something that's like, I think even on TikTok you're seeing like viral scripted stuff, right? So it's possible, but it would take, you can't just like put out something randomly and then it loses money and then you have to close up shop.
Although I think Eugene's coming out video, clearly art, capital A, but also did really well because it's like so tied into an identity and a perspective and like
Restrictions aren't necessarily bad.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to interrupt if you...
No.
Because some of the greatest art of all time has been made under the force of restrictions. Like even... Like there was incredible filmmaking that came out of communist censorship because they then had to figure out how to get around that creatively. And I'm not saying that communist censorship's a good thing, but like great art can still thrive under all conditions.
Star Wars 4, 5, and 6. That's what happens when you have restrictions. Star Wars 1, 2, and 3 is what happens when you don't.
yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
Are
good,
we
good
baked?
points all around.
It's a great conversation.
7, 8, 9, I don't know what the fuck's going on. That's when you don't know who's in charge anymore.
Well, we have one more thing to kind of get us out of this. It's sort of a beautiful conversation, but intellectual.
It was nice.
I have a very
you want to get
silly,
dumber?
I have a silly TikTok.
This is
Good points made across the board.
artistic
Great point.
podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you
This
for
episode
listening.
is art. Sorry, it started
Congratulate
out
yourself
with
on doing something good for your brain and
We'll
your
go back to
soul.
content next week. We promise.
Don't worry. We got lots of dumb potatoes
So,
to laugh at.
I'll tell you the story about how I almost got arrested in Mexico next week.
Wow.
how big was that cord?
It's tiny.
Tiny cord.
Teeny little cable.
You know, it's like
it
where
wasn't
does that
even a cord, Ned. It was
a
almost
dongle.
like a.
It was a
It wasn't even a
dongle.
dongle. It was just like a hat.
It's like a boop.
It was like a. boop.
While we were doing that conversation, I accidentally scratched my nose, and I have this scab.
It's not bleeding though.
No, I know, but like I keep scratching the scab accidentally. I scratch myself in my sleep a lot apparently because I have one right
You're like a baby.
boop and one right boop, and so they can't heal because I keep scratching them, and I'm just doomed. I'm just doomed to have this forever.
Here's what you do. Next time you scratch it, just immediately put Neosporin on it. It'll be gone by the next day.
All right. We have a viral TikTok to react to from not.guilty defense attorney MA. Oh boy.
Here we go. All right.
What's an incredibly safe opinion you have that would trigger absolutely no one?
If you fart and there are other people around, you should say excuse me at the exact same volume as the fart. That way the people who heard the fart will hear the excuse me, and the people who didn't hear the fart don't need to.
Wow. Wow.
I think that's food for thought.
Wow, I feel like I just learned something.
That's a really good thought. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you fart, you just
That's art because it's got me thinking about fart volume right now. It's making me really reflect on instances and where I've farted and I haven't said anything, and also perhaps ones where I've excused myself and people have said, for what? And then now I've got to own up to something I could have gotten away with. That's art right there.
That's art right there.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I just feel like it's I mean, it's seldom that you have a really loud one in public, but
It's seldom, but it happens.
it happens.
Yeah.
Here's a flaw in this reasoning.
Uh-oh.
People's ears are more attuned to hear words than they are farts.
Oh, so you have to do a little softer.
Yeah, I think you got to do it a little. You got to find what that psychological difference is and do it a little bit softer.
Ears are attuned to hear certain pitches, so a higher
Yeah,
pitched
right?
fart will be more noticeable than a lower pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say, excuse me.
I'm curious if this is a shared feeling or if I'm just a monster.
Yeah.
One of the greatest feelings on the planet,
Oh boy.
bar none.
Sharding your pants.
Nothing gives me more fucking pleasure or joy is just having a big one like cocked and loaded, like a big fucking fart, okay?
Oh, no.
But I'm not done. I'm not done.
Okay.
That's not the feeling that I like. That's the setup.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're in public.
say that
Oh no.
feeling's
Oh no. You
uncomfortable.
don't want to let a big one rip in public, but you're in loud public. You're walking through a large.
You're farting in a crowd?
Listen,
just
I'm not
crop
done,
dusting?
Miles. Let me get it out.
Crop dust in a concert?
Crop dusting a crowd.
You're in a giant crowd, preferably outdoors, very loud. No one will hear you, and you can fart with full force, full intensity, reckless abandon, without breaking stride, and no one will ever know.
Oh, they'll know.
They'll know, but
No, because you're gone.
they won't know it's you. They'll know it happened.
I know that the holidays can sometimes be a tough time for some people, right? It's cold out, it's gloomy. Maybe all your friends left town. Maybe you need someone to talk to. Maybe you've been thinking about therapy, but you've been kicking it down the road. Well, there's no better time than now. And I want to recommend BetterHelp. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can connect in a safe and private online environment, and you can start communicating in under 48 hours. What I love about BetterHelp is that you can do it from literally anywhere in the world. Almost any time. I've been doing therapy right here from my home, and it's been so great. It's allowed me a flexibility so that I never have to say, oh, I'm too busy this week. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches. They've got a broad range of experts available. So many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/TryPod. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's betterhelp.com/TryPod.
I have a sad story.
It's
about
my favorite feeling to just, but no one can hear it.
I was at a concert when I was probably 23 3.
Oh no, you pooped.
I didn't poop. This isn't a poop story.
Oh no, he pooped.
But I was at a concert.
no.
There was probably like a 40, 50 person concert, maybe 50.
50-person concert?
It was not
What
a huge
fucking
concert.
lame-ass show is
50
this?
people
My friend's
pooped.
band. Fuck you. My friend's
A
band.
50 that's not a concert. That's a gathering.
It's a show.
It was a show.
We call it a
It was
show.
like in a house. Like it was like a house show.
This
You know?
is getting worse.
50 people, 60 people. You guys ever went to your friends'
that's
bands?
capacity.
You fucking Hollywood ass
That's
nerds.
capacity. I'm with you,
You go
Miles.
only to what? Stadiums to see BTS? Okay, so I was at my friend's show, right? 50 people, 60 people. Let's say 70.
Yeah, because I turned down those invites.
Yeah, you guys are losers. So, so you know that Robbing Johnny shirt I wear in Canada Competition?
I love that
It's
shirt.
that band. So
Robbing
my,
Johnny.
my friend's
Shout out to
band,
Robbing
they don't
Johnny.
exist anymore. But I'm at that show. I'm standing like, we're all standing by the stage or whatever. And I'm standing like, a couple people back. And I have to fart.
Oh no.
And I'm thinking, this will fly under the radar. This will be totally fine.
Oh, I know where this is going.
So I fart. And it's fine. No more noise.
Oh, thank God. I thought that the microphone was going to pick up.
No. I fart, do my thing. And I'm sort of looking around and I'm thinking, I sort of am like enjoying the music for a second. I turn around to like look back at my friend and I see that I am standing in what I would call an empty, I'm at the center. I'm at the center of a big empty circle of people who are all going, oh, fuck. Oh. People moving away from me. And I can't smell it because I can't smell my own fart. And I immediately embarrassedly try to be like, oh, what's that smell? I also move away from the circle. Somebody fucking farted. And then the band on stage is like, yo, who the fuck is cooking eggs in here? It smells like shit.
Were you inside?
You
They
got
say that
called
we're
out by
inside,
the
yeah.
band.
Big mistake, yeah.
Big
that
mistake. It's got nowhere to
hurts.
go.
I know. And
And all the body heat of everyone's going to keep it hot.
yeah, it
That was also that college diet, so who knows what you were eating. You're probably eating
Yeah.
those Subway meatballs
Probably
for
eating
lunch.
pizza with fish sticks on it.
only ham and cheese croissants and cold
Hell
brew.
yeah.
So yeah, it was a humbling experience for sure.
Just the worst story I've ever heard.
I will say it's satisfying when you have to fart and you're like, oh shit, I don't want to make a loud one, and then you let out a real silent one. But it's satisfying for like 1 second because then you're rolling the dice.
Silent
it
but
could
deadly.
it could be a silent but deadly.
probably was.
It could be a silent but not deadly.
Okay, but I
one
need
more
to know.
fart. One more fart. One more fart.
We
story.
did the most serious conversation into the
One
dumbest.
more fart story.
I just need to know before you dive in. Am I a monster when I say that ripping a really loud one with zero consequences, whether at home?
No, I think
or
that's cool.
It feels great.
I don't think you're a monster.
I'm
but
imagining he's like walking through a crowd. It's outdoors. It's windy. It's gonna disperse immediately.
it's windy. You're great.
You're great.
I
Don't
wouldn't.
even worry about it.
But I'm talking the feeling of a big honker.
No, I don't need. I don't relish
Your butt
don't
cheeks
know.
clapping
I don't.
together.
I don't
the
relish
vibration.
in a big old
No,
fart
no,
in
no.
public. But
But no, just in general. Like if you're
People
at
are
home,
unsubscribing from the podcast.
if you're at home and you
Not
get
really.
to okay, go ahead.
there was a time we were on tour, Legends of the Internet, and we were in dressing rooms, and I don't remember if it was you or Eugene.
I know who.
One of
yep.
you farted in a room all the way at the end of the hall.
Oh my God.
And it was so bad that you both left that room and came all the way in our room and said you farted in there, and it was really bad. It may have been the worst fart you've ever had in your whole life. And Eugene, perhaps, who was also, it was perhaps the worst fart I've ever smelled in my whole life. And then, so I think Ned and I be like, well, we gotta go smell it.
Oh my God.
And now a minute has gone by, and we think, well, it won't actually be there anymore. It was still there. It was as if they dropped a ghost into this theater. I feel like it would still smell if you went there today.
Oh
And
my
it was
God.
like, it was horrific. It
That's-
was
yeah.
impressively horrific. It
I
was
remember it. Look,
Wow, that's
I'm the
horrible.
one with like
think it was
body
Texas.
issues, so it most statistically likely was me. But since he's not here to defend himself, it was definitely Eugene.
It could have been Eugene.
Yeah.
But we were all. It was like so bad.
It was so
that we were
bad.
just unanimously impressed.
It was like, yeah, it was so bad. We were like, wow, that's amazing.
It's incredible.
so powerful out of such a tiny butthole.
Yeah, it
It's
was
like, you know, the uncanny valley where something is like so
So wrong, it's
wrong, and then it dips. This was like it was so bad that like, oh, I don't want to smell it. I don't want to smell it. And then it's like, I need to smell it.
I need to know what the worst fart in the world is.
It's like it's something. It broke through a barrier where it was so unpleasant that it once again became weirdly pleasant.
It wasn't pleasant. It was just an experience.
Miraculous.
It was like when somebody at the table takes a bite of something and you're like, that's the worst thing I've ever had. You're kind of like,
I need to know.
I need to taste
That's
it. I want to know what the
horrible.
worst thing you've ever had tastes like.
Didn't I just leave to fart in the?
I hope so.
Yeah, I think
we got to
so.
get to advice.
We got to
huh?
get advice.
It's time for advice that'll go for miles with Miles Bonsignore.
Look
It's
at
advice
Bam.
that'll go for miles. Tune into your radio station. It's advice that'll go for miles. Everybody get ready. Miles Nation. Acapella. Miles Nation. Go. It's advice that'll go for miles. It's advice that'll go for miles.
What's up, Miles Nation?
Woo!
How y'all f***ers doing tonight?
We fucking.
Have y'all ever wanted to get slipping?
Perhaps this is bar soap.
Have y'all ever wanted to get spicy? Like Mariah Carey?
Ginger.
Maybe a candle.
Noodles.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Grab my noodle. Tell me how it is.
Chili oil.
I'm asking
You might have gotten there.
y'all to make chili oil
Yeah.
noodles.
Ba-bam.
Naked.
Oh, so
That's
the
not a
noodles
good
are naked
idea.
or you're
In the
naked?
dead of night.
Should not be naked with
Have
chili
a
oil.
midnight snack. That's
Objectively wrong.
That's chili oil noodles.
Get heartburn right before bed.
And let me tell y'all how I'm doing it. Shout out to Doobie Doobap. Doobie Doobap is making real nice TikTok contents. And Doobie Doobap is making recipes. I think she has a YouTube channel too. But Doobie Doobap said, well, here's what you're going to do. Take a little packet of the ramen, Shin Ramen Red, hot neutral oil. Okay? And again, you're naked in the kitchen. It's midnight. You're feeling nice.
So you're just like a hot sesame, or just a hot like
I
vegetable
said
oil.
neutral.
Vegetable oil.
I said neutral.
Yeah.
Canola or vegetable or otherwise.
Yeah.
And you're going to take the Shin Ramen Red packet, a little minced garlic, a little bit of black vinegar. But if you don't have any,
vinegar.
balsamic.
You're doing minced
no.
garlic at midnight, bro? You're
Very
wild.
different.
Hell
vinegars.
yeah. And then you're going to pour the hot neutral oil over that. And you're going to cook noodles. And you're just going to slurp it all up with all the oils. And
But this requires you to have a certain type of ramen packet.
no,
When you say
Oh,
hot neutral
you can make it
oil,
with
you're,
Maruchan.
you're heating.
a hot neutral oil.
Mm-hmm.
You're heating noodle oil.
Like canola oil?
Canola, that's a neutral.
When did you boil the noodles?
Right at the same time. And you're doing hot
So you're just making the sauce.
You're making the sauce.
And you're putting it on
boil
the
the noodles. Boil the noodles, and then you're strain the noodles.
Yeah.
Get the hot oil, chili oil with the ramen, and you just mix it all together, and you slurp it on up with some scallions.
Yeah.
But I
It's
find
like
that it's
great advice. I'm just kind of hopping in
You can
midway,
throw
but
in
I
a
think
little
it's
bit of
pretty
peanut butter
solid.
too. Chili peanut noodles.
I like chili peanut noodles in
Yeah.
a big way.
I think that this is too much work for a midnight snack.
Yeah,
It's more dinner. Honestly, that's a
Yeah,
meal.
that's a full-on meal.
It could be a dinner. I just found that if you're trying to, it's good to kick up ramen. You don't have to do broth if you don't want to.
I
You know what
agree.
you got to get is the chili crunch.
You can
From Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Thai
other
chili
places.
crunch.
The
Jing,
the Trader
fly by
Joe's one
Jing.
is actually, I like it because it's
Yeah.
not very spicy. And I'm into that.
What is chili crunch? I don't know this.
It's like chili oil is more like
oil.
It's got
oily,
crunchy garlic in it.
but this has got it's got crunchy garlic.
Oh, it's like an
got
oil
some
with
umami,
chunks.
Yeah.
like big chunks.
I'm on board.
Big
And
old
it's still like
crunchers.
peppercorn.
I love when my oil has texture.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
love
good.
it.
I will absolutely say if you find a good dim sum place in your town or county, they'll normally sell you chili oil.
Really?
Yeah, you can say like, "Can I buy chili oil?" And they'll be like, "Yeah,
I've been looking for some.
yeah." Just go to a Chinese place that has chili oil,
Oh, sick.
and you can probably buy a bottle of their chili oil. Now, be careful. Sometimes they make the hottest fucking chili oil ever. Especially us in LA. You just go east.
Yeah.
There's almost every single restaurant sells their own chili oil.
That's so
I have
cool.
like 3 chili oils from around
I
LA.
didn't know they did that.
God damn.
Yeah, and
Best
they're like
midnight
$5.
snack. What is it?
Cheap.
That's been nice. Chili oil.
Nice.
Probably ice cream, actually. Or a cozy shack. Have you had a cozy shack?
Ice cream is gonna keep you up, man.
It's going to keep you up.
Yeah.
What?
Sugar.
From sugar?
Oh, you can't tell Miles not to have ice cream.
Well, actually, I've cut
At
down on my ice cream.
midnight?
You know what I've been doing recently? Yogurt and granola.
Oh,
But it's a honey yogurt from Trader Joe's, so it's
I'll
pretty
do
much
a
fucking ice cream. It's like whole milk
Anyway,
yogurt.
Target and Trader
chocolate
Joe's. Make
chip
sure you're
cookie.
shopping there.
Yeah, really.
Warm chocolate chip cookie with
That's
a nice
nice.
glass
Oh.
of milk.
That's
mean-
really nice. Whole milk.
I do say chocolate chip.
Call
cookies.
yourself Santa.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho.
Oh,
Yeah,
ho, ho.
Santa's eating these cookies, but he's never finishing them, I feel like.
No, he always lets you know that no one else can have this cookie, and now it's garbage.
Yeah.
I can tell you left one bite
I
out
like
of it.
this.
They're like, nah, now it's fucking
Yeah.
maybe some sick person ate that cookie. I can't eat it.
Yeah, wait, that's a good. What's the COVID protocol for Santa? Does Santa wear a
Beards are
mask
more
back now?
dangerous, and he's got a big one.
Yeah, he's not going to get a good mask seal.
I did hear, unfortunately, that Santa was not vaccinated.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's got to be it for us. Finally, we brought it back to art. We were art. We were not art, then we were art, then we weren't art again, and now we're back to art. Commentary makes you think. Make sure you're wearing your mask this holiday season while you're traveling, and make sure if you're in big groups of people, wear those masks. Just stay safe. Do your best.
They get it.
They get it.
Keep on. We're going to keep this going on patreon.com/tryguys. For the afterparty, you get one extra episode each week. And you can join our community, support the show, become a Triceratops today at patreon.com/tryguys. Also, we just dropped all of our new holiday merch. There's still time to get it before Christmas. Head on over to tryguys.com. We have new hoodies, new stickers, new socks, new jackets, pants.
There might even still be some collectibles
Might
left.
even be a couple of Try Guys collectibles. If you order a 4-pack, you get a chance at a signed copy of the collectibles.
You know what I found out today?
What?
Crazy Frog has a Discord server.
Who's Crazy Frog?
Is that thing you were tweeting about?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Keith, here's with the official TryPod theme song.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Do you want money, 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 money now? I'll give you money, 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 money. Wow, I'll give you cash, cash dollars, give you coins and such. You're gonna be rich, rich, rich. I can give you that much. It's a TryPod.
Until next time, stay beautiful.
Crazy Frog was like, dee-ba-dee-bam-dee-ba-do.